puts it neatly right behind Lindmark low. But some real confusion there between Carlson and Janssen. No communication whatsoever. No one took the puck. Carlson ended up overskating it, and Ruutu, he just said, look what I've got here. A puck and no one to come at me.
So Christian Ruutu with the unassisted goal at 10-17. And it's a 3-1 hockey game now in favor of Team Sweden. Again, the situation so far as the tournament is concerned, Sweden has to win to make it into the medal round. The Finns, no matter what the score of this game, are playing their last game of this tournament.
10 minutes, 17 seconds.
Gronlund throws it up into the center ice area. Telvin sets it up. Rupe brings it into the zone, and Hannu Virta goes behind his own net. Rupe up to do some forechecking. Rupe shovels it into the open side, goes after it, has two players battling to keep him away from the puck, and now Curry starts back. Missed a body check, was checked, and now the Finns get control again. Here is Skriko. Skriko's shot off a defender. Here's a puck chopped towards the open side. Skriko controls again. Something's happened. They've decided to play hockey in the last 10 minutes of the hockey game. Rupe shovels it out over his own line. And Blomqvist retreats to his own zone. Now it'll be Jari Kurri for Finland. Numminen to Blomqvist. Long pass up through the center ice area, broken up and chopped back into the Finnish zone. Blomqvist tries again. Tikkanen let it go down the boards. It's chopped around now, and here comes Rundqvist. And he cleared it promptly into the Finnish bench to stop sustained play. 8:20 to go in period 3. This is the Labatt Canada Cup. Sweden 3, Finland 1. 8:20 to play in the third period from Center 200 in Sydney, Nova Scotia. We hope you're enjoying this Canada Cup preliminary round hockey game. Sweden trying to advance to the medal round with a victory. Finland trying to finish out this tournament on a positive note, and there have been precious few positive notes in this tournament for the Finns, who brought a lot of talent here, but who haven't been able to make the most of it. Now the Finns chop it out to center ice. Suominen works his way in across the line. They have to regroup at center on a delayed offside. Numminen. Back to Blomqvist. Quarters are close behind the net. It's chopped around on the boards and out into the center ice area, and Lars Carlson throws it across ice to Janssen. Nielsen. Boy, he's really skated pretty well for a guy who supposedly had a bad leg. Janssen chopped it in behind the net.
But he's handled the puck like a plumber. That's not his trademark.
No, he didn't look great on that breakaway that he had.
I knew if I set you up enough, you'd disagree with me once.
Well, the magic man and the magic hands weren't really there. Kent Nielsen had two good at scoring opportunities in all alone back a few shifts ago. Didn't connect on either of them.
Seppo now breaks in on the right side. Lindmark came out, took the loose puck away, and cleared it to a teammate, Michael Telvin, and he just gets rid of it down the ice. Here's Sodergren after it in the corner. He's working against Siren, and cleared it around on the side. And Telvin now takes over in the neutral zone. He shoots it right back in. That's a delayed offside. But they will let the Finns try and bring it out. Seppo cleared it down to Lindmark. Telvin taken out of the play. Samuelsson goes after it, gave it away. Now here's Seppo behind the net. Yuri Seppo tried to center it. Seppo keeps control, sets it up now for Viren. Here's the shot right on, and it just missed. And it's cleared around on the boards, and we'll have a penalty called for roughing against Team Sweden.
Well, this could give Finland an excellent opportunity to get right back in this hockey game.
Michael Telvin, the culprit.
Watch in front of Lindmark, just to his right. You will see Telvin moving across, and then he comes across with that cross check, and then he ends up holding the Finnish player as well. So not much question that Telvin was going to end up in the penalty box over that one.
How dumb can you be cross-checking a guy who's standing in front of you high in the shoulders? All you got to do is dig him in the kidneys, and you don't knock him down, and you don't get a penalty. Use your head.
Howie, especially in a 3-1 hockey game with 6 minutes to go and Sweden desperately needing the win here. Not a very disciplined penalty that Telvin took at all.
If we'd have started it in the first 5 minutes of the first period, we might have had some fun here this afternoon.
Naslund shovels it towards the line. Naslund working hard along the boards. Ben Gustafsson comes over to help out, and they combine to shovel it out into the neutral zone. Telvin for roughing at 13:20. And so the Finns now with perhaps a last gasp opportunity to make the final 6 minutes interesting. Here's Newman keeping it in the zone. To Jari Kurri. Around on the boards for Ruutu. Hagman running along the boards. It's back into the slot. Here's a chance. And a good sliding defensive play there by Ben Gustafsson. He gets it out into the center ice area. Naslund works away. And then promptly chops it back down to his own line as he took a hit from Ruutu.
Well, as you'll recall, Team Sweden has had some of their better scoring opportunities when they've been killing a penalty in today's game.
Maybe the referee's to blame. We should have had more penalties.
Delay a game.
Kurri. Kurri over on this near side to Ojanen. Utilin out to Kurri. Tikkanen, who has been almost invisible in this hockey game, clears it in across the line. Kurri can't get free, and it comes back out to Utilin at center. Finn slow to get out of the zone. Rundqvist able to just clear it back to his own line to Carlson. And now Thomas Jansson clears it out and down the ice. 25 seconds left in the penalty to Michael Telvin of Sweden. 3-1 is the score in the hockey game for Sweden. 4:35 to go in the third period. Ojanen across the line. And Albalin broke that up and shoots it right back out again. Tikkanen. Doubles it up along the boards to Kilonen. Lindmark just kind of dodged it towards the corner. Now here's a chance, and that shot was wide, and Naslund's got the puck and shoots it out of the zone. Sodergren. Gustafsson. Now it's chopped into Lindmark. And it comes up to Sodergren. Håkan Sodergren shoots it down into the behind the net. Kurri. Long pass up for Skriko. Streaks in on the side. Lindmark got there first. Kurri will try his luck. Took the shot towards the net. Blocked by the defense and chopped back out to center. And the teams are back at full strength, and we've got 3.5 minutes to go in the hockey game. Siren run over there by Gustafsson. Or Bergqvist, rather. Now Ruutu tries to dig it free along the boards and does, and it's chopped back down into the Finnish zone once again. Kurri could not get to the long pass, shot down the ice. Lindmark clears it right back out again. Now it is Carlson, Lars Carlson, checked in the neutral ice area. Here's Jari Kurri. Up this time for Helminen. Helminen is checked. And it's shot back out and down the ice.
Well, if the Swedes get out of this game with a win, one thing Tommy Sandlin will be appreciative of is that they haven't even used up a half a tank of gas, and yet they're going to end up with a win most likely here, so they'll be fresh going into the semifinals anyway.
2 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the third period. Sweden 3 and Team Finland 1.
The Finns have had some difficulties pulling their team together in Canada Cup. They've complained a lot. They've complained about their travel schedule, about a lot of the little things, and I think that has meant a great deal in the Finns win-loss column as well. They have not played as a team. They have not shown any competition, and they said that they haven't had any fun really over here. Well, we all know winning is fun, and they haven't been doing any of that. However, I think that they are a little bit of a spread-apart team out there. They don't play as a unit.
Utila cleared it back into his own zone, takes the return pass up on the boards now to Mikko Makala. Munyanen, or Suominen rather, couldn't control it. Now Gronstad clears it towards the corner. Samuelson's after it. Makala moves up, takes a hit. 5 players along the boards, and finally it comes out to the line. And Michael Telvin. Weak pass looking for Nielsen, who was breaking through the middle. Nielsen nearly got a loose puck once again. Now it's Makala. Albalin tries to make the check. Michael Telvin comes across, gets the loose puck, and starts back out of his own zone. 1 minute and 45 seconds to play in the third period. Utila. Just throw it back into his own zone. Kaminen is checked. Gustafsson throws it in front, and a good scoring opportunity there for Ruppe, and the puck kind of bounced on him as he went to shoot it. Now Team Finland manages to get it across the line. Skriko is checked, has to go back into his own zone. There's another giveaway, this time to Naslund, and he just gets rid of it into the corner. 1 minute and 15 seconds to play in the third period. Naslund bodied along the boards. The Finns take control. Utila just shoots it out and down the ice off a Finnish defender, so no icing. It comes to the line, and they try and keep it in, and Berta did that right in front of Ron Finn, and there was no chance he'd get away with it.
Well, all the Swedes have to worry about right now is making sure defensively, how he had talked about their abilities behind the blue line. They've got to make sure coverage-wise they've got their man. And Lindmark right now is halfway out to the blue line, probably looking for a drink of water. Finland have called a timeout. They are going to attempt, obviously, to get Taco out of the net with 1 minute to go. They know if they are going to at least try to gain a tie, they're going to have to score a goal early in order to have another chance at another one.
So here are the Labatt Canada Cup standings once again, and we have arbitrarily awarded Sweden 2 points for this victory with 1 minute to go in the hockey game. And the Swedes now cannot finish second. The Soviets, I think, will finish in second spot, but those two teams will play in all likelihood in the next round, although we'll have to wait and see what the U.S. and the Czechs do, of course, in a later game here from Sydney.
Well, gentlemen, I think both these clubs this afternoon, and maybe during the whole tournament, we're looking for some leadership. Naslund has to do something. Nielsen has to do something. And Telvin, I think, have to really work up a sweat in order for the Swedes to get going. And on the other hand, Curry hasn't worked up a sweat. Striko has done absolutely nothing, and Makala too. And when the other guys, the bit players, see these fellas not giving out 100%, not doing anything constructive on offense or defense, they're liable to slow down a little bit too.
I'll say this for the Swedes, Howie. I think they've been one of the more impressive teams in the tournament that has come over from Europe. Now, that's not saying much, given the way the Czechs have played and the Finns have played. But Taco is out of the net, by the way, for Team Finland, so they have 6 attackers on the ice now with 30 seconds to go. But I do think the Swedes have played pretty well in a couple of games that they have lost, and now they haven't played quite as well, and it appears they're going to come away with a victory. So we'll see if they are made of better stuff when they get to the medal round, as it appears they are going to now. As the second stick on the clock, there's Lindmark once again. He's been first class, taking that shot away from Jari Kurri. And now the Swedes just shovel it out into the center ice area. And the second stick down, Esa Tikkanen nearly gave it away to Naslund. Here's Kurri setting it up in the slot. And Ruutu with the last shot of the hockey game, and it doesn't get through. And Sweden moves on to the medal round of the 1987 Canada Cup by virtue of a 3-1 victory over Team Finland.
Well, Peter Lindmark played a pretty good game for Sweden. All things aside, that last save that he made point blank on Jari Kurri showed Lindmark's speed, abilities to stand up and his abilities to anticipate as well.
Got great maneuverability on skates, and he's very, very smart. And although we didn't get a chance this afternoon to see him use his stick, I think he's as good a goaltender as I've seen in a long time with the stick. Certainly, I would think in this afternoon's game, Lindmark was head and shoulders better than Taco, and I am a great Taco supporter. I think somewhere along the line is going to be a great goaltender. Got all the tools to be a super one in the National Hockey League.
Doesn't it surprise you, Howie, that Lindmark hasn't been given a chance in the NHL?
It certainly does, because some of these National League clubs are taking 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, trying to make them goaltenders 5 years before they're ready. There's a guy who can come along and apparently do just one heck of a job for you. And he doesn't beat himself. That's the key to playing goal. Do not beat yourself. Make the guy with the puck beat you. I like him. Can I say something here?
The mic is open, sir.
He earned it with his feet.
So Ken Nielsen and Kerry Taco, respectively, are the players of the game. This is the Labatt Canada Cup 87. Some good Finnish players on teams where they don't have to be leaders. I don't know that there is a Finnish player in the NHL today that you could really call a leader in its team. Okay? Yeah. They may be good followers, but they don't lead very well.
Lots of times during the season, Curry gives you that impression, though, that he does enough.
Shots on goal in the third period for Team Sweden 3 for a game total of 21. Team Finland 9 for a game total of 23.
I get you fellas to move if you don't mind. Sure. Thank you. There's your final score of this afternoon's hockey game. Team Sweden over Team Finland, 3-1 the final count from Center 200 here in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Sweden now advances to the next round playoffs. They don't know who they'll be playing yet, either the Soviet Union or Team Canada. As far as Finland is concerned, major disappointment for this tournament, going through without a single victory, a single point, a single tie. They go home empty-handed. Now let's go upstairs to the three good guys.
All right, Jimmy, thank you very much. Howie, we were talking during the commercial break about leadership. The Finns did not appear to have it in this tournament, and I suggested that one of the things about the Finns is that even though they have some good individual players, even those who play in the NHL don't necessarily have to be the leaders on their teams, because other players on the NHL clubs perform that role. Agree?
Yes, I certainly do agree. Although during the year I see Jari Kurri do a tremendous amount of things, both offensively and defensively, and back in his own zone. And a lot of games in Edmonton and on the road as well, I've seen him be a leader. but on that club that he plays with, there are 5 or 6 others.
All right, Gary, we've seen 3 games. You and I have done 3 games involving Team Sweden. I would think this one would perhaps be their least impressive performance. We know they're capable of playing better because they've showed it. What are they going to have to do better in the medal round than they did in this game if they are to get to the final?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. Play like they did last Saturday night against the Soviets, and that's all they've got to do. Last Saturday night, and we don't want to keep harping back on how they played then, but they were aggressive. They were the most aggressive Swedish team that I've ever seen. They all were taking the body. They were moving the puck as they're capable of, and they had everything from great goaltending on Lindmark's part right straight out. However, then they disappeared in the next game. They came alive, obviously, against the Czechs. They've been a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde hockey team.
All right, I see Bob Johnson is standing by with Jim Van Orn downstairs, and I know the coach has some other things to do. Let's get down to Jim Van Orn with the USK coach. Jim?
Thank you very much, Peter. Bob, first of all, your thoughts on Sweden's victory this afternoon?
Well, we're obviously disappointed. You know, we were pulling for Finland. If Finland would have won the game we're in, and it would have been nice for us because I could have played a couple of players that certainly deserved to play that hadn't played so far in the tournament.
You're in a situation now you need a tie to get into the playoff round.
Well, I think it goes down there. You know exactly what you have to do. You have to win or tie the game tonight, and the Czechs have to get a victory. So I think I'll make for a very exciting hockey game.
What strategy do you have to employ going in against the Czechs? A very strong, very good skating team.
Well, if we found out if we can get ahead of the Czechs, we'll get more opportunities if we're ahead than if we're behind. All these teams are very good defensively, and it seems the first goal or two are so important, and usually the team that scores the first goal wins the game.
Their goaltender has been very, very good. Dominik Hasek has played outstandingly well throughout the tournament.
Well, so is Johnny Van Briesbach, who will be in the net for the U.S. team tonight, so you'll see 2 of the finer goalies in the game tonight.
Your team, as far as talent goes, is not up to snuff as far as the Soviets or the Canadians are concerned, but they've been very, very well coached. You've had them very, very well prepared going in against your opponents.
Oh, we've had a good tournament, you know. I think we proved we were very competitive. We beat Finland and played very good defensively. We beat a very good Swedish team. We played very well against the Canadian team and felt we should have got at least a point in that game. And the Russians just were outstanding against us, I thought. It's the best team we've seen in the tournament so far, the night the Russians beat us. And now they tell me the Czechs, and I watched the tapes this afternoon, and they look like the other teams. They got a little bit of Russian, a little bit of Canadian, a little bit of Swedish and Finn in them. So it's been a great tournament, and we want to be in the semifinals because now you're playing sudden death hockey, and then if we can, you know, play Canada in the first round, you know, we know exactly where we're playing. But when you get down to sudden death hockey, you can certainly have a chance to win, and we want to be in Montreal on Wednesday night.
Okay, thanks very much, Bob. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
Game's coming up. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly. That's the story from Sydney, Nova Scotia. Team Sweden over Team Finland. Final score here, 3-1. Back shortly.